Buyer beware what you need to know about the Apple earnings coming up, why I'm skeptical about their guidance here on a little bit of a special edition of the Newsbeat show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be talking about Apple warnings and, of course, caveat emptor or buyer beware for the Apple earnings. And I'm going to explain why I'm skeptical about Apple. Well, why am I skeptical about Apple's guidance? First of all, I don't think this causes people to buy less of their iPhones. I don't think you're going to see the number of iPhones sold come in lower than analysts' expectations. Like, for example, if the number is 1,000, obviously it's much lower than that. I don't think you're going to have a number like 900. You might have a number like 1,100 or 1,200 in terms of iPhones sold. Granted, I understand the numbers in the millions. So, how is Apple going to really give guidance? With all these FANG names, your future projections dictate your price. Doesn't matter if you beat analyst estimates. You're supposed to beat analyst estimates. That's not a good enough reason for your stock to go higher at this point in time. You have to have very good earnings guidance into the future to show Wall Street that you can maintain this. Now, first of all, Apple comes out and they apologize to customers over updates slowing the software. Let me rephrase that for you. Apple updates the software mainly so they can keep tabs on you, similar to why everybody got upset with Facebook. Like grandma with the big teeth. Oh, grandma, what big teeth you have. The better to eat you with, my dear. Oh, Apple, what a new software update you have. The better to track where you're doing and what you're doing and how you're doing it, my dear. That's what Apple does. So first of all, ha ha ha. And yes, you are agreeing to the terms of service, I get it, but that's why Apple is slowing you down. There's more data, there's more information, there's more apps, there's more software, there's more of all these things, and Apple needs to know every single thing you're doing, and that's why these software updates are actually slowing your software. It's not because they were designed buggy. They have the biggest computer nerds ever working for Apple. Are you kidding me? They're at like the upper echelon of computer geniuses working at that company. Believe me, it's not about, oh, there was a little bug in our software in which we need to fix. No, they're coming back to their bosses now like, boss, you want to attract that Mark Melnick dude and everyone in his room? Yeah, well, it used to take like 30 gigs of information. Now it's like 40 and 50 and it's slowing things down. So that's number one. Number two, the battery is failing. And it forced Apple to drop their battery prices to $29 from $79. So what happens when you do that? Well, first of all, you're making a lot less money. That's Apple conceding that they screwed up massively. Why? Because Apple doesn't give discounts, ever. When was the last Apple discount you remember? Not given by a retailer or a second-hand, salesperson. I mean, directly from Apple. When was the last time Apple had like a huge sale? Never ago? Right. So Apple dropping the price is basically saying, wow, we screwed up and we don't want to take that big of a financial hit. So if you need a new battery, we're dropping it from 79 to 29. Did I mention that these are free for people who have had defective batteries? According to my due diligence, there are a lot of people who have defective batteries who are going in to Apple and exchanging them. Now that sounds innocent enough. The customer, pain in the ass, had to go in, drive to the mall, drive to wherever the local Apple store is, head on over, wait in line at the Genius Bar while feeling quite stupid. That's the irony of the Genius Bar. And waiting for one of those jolly Apple salesmen in the blue shirts to come over and say, "Hi, welcome to Apple. What can I help you with today?" Yeah, this $700 phone I bought Has a defective battery. Oh, well, that's no problem. Let me fix it for you. You could drop it off here. Would you like to pick it up in 3 hours? Oh, it's a busy day? Tomorrow? 5 hours? Oh, I have no one here? An hour? Well, it's my phone. It's my lifeline to the rest of the planet. I have to sit here at the Apple bar. And then you'll get your battery replaced. You'll walk away feeling like, well, Apple did right by me. But what actually happens to Apple? What do you think they do with that battery? What do you think it costs them to not only get you that battery, but to actually pay labor for one of their Genius Bar employees to open up Apple's proprietary screwback and literally dislodge that battery deep inside? It costs them a lot of time, effort, energy, and money. Poor products equal less money and more problems. If you remember the Puff Daddy song, Mo Money, Mo Problems, no, this is less money, more problems for Apple. Because Apple will be capitalizing significantly less due to a shoddy product. You put out a garbage product, people pick up on it right away, it hurts you in the future. There's so many things that I could give reference to when it comes to putting out a garbage product and not getting the same people coming in and buying your phones again. I think Apple is going to be hurt by this. I'll tell you, I don't care about changing my iPhone. The only reason why I have a new iPhone is because my wife bought me one for my birthday. Otherwise, do you think I really care if I get the new Apple 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40? I don't care. It's the same garbage. Oh, you mean I could do phone calls, do my text messages, browse the internet, and install any app? Yes, Mark, but this one doesn't have a retinal security measure for your phone. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Retinal scans to get inside my phone? My goodness. I mean, right now my phone reads my thumbprint. Believe me, as somebody who is not a CIA agent, I feel like I am beyond protected. What is the next iPhone going to do? Are they going to have like a urinalysis? Like, we need you to pee to the cup and plug it into the USB port here, and we're going to make sure it's you. What comes next? So I don't see people looking at this in a positive way. Do you remember the old Audi cars? AUDI, Audi? Remember those? And they would just break down always, the engines? You know what happened to their sales? 90-something% drop in sales in the United States. Then they got their garbage together and they fixed it and the sales went back up. I am not saying that Apple can't fix this problem. I am not insinuating this is a long-term problem. I am not insinuating that Apple isn't one of the greatest companies in the world. But when you're one of the greatest companies in the world with great power on the planet comes great responsibility. With great strength comes great responsibility. And Apple has a responsibility to not put out garbage products, to not put out faulty batteries to save money. This is more of an excuse to point a finger at Taiwan, China, where all these batteries are being produced, blame them for the problem, and hurt your own earnings. Because I'll tell you what these battery manufacturers are doing. You think they're going to say, oh, my bad, Apple. Did it burn out with your new super spying on other people legally through a disclaimer that no one reads software? Okay, pay us more money. We'll make you new batteries if you'd like. Just tell us the specifics, but pay us up front, Apple. That's how they're going to get talked to. So who takes the hit on the chin? Not you, the consumer. You get a free replacement. But the people who get hit on the chin will ultimately be Apple. And for this reason, ladies and gentlemen, buyer beware when it comes to owning Apple into earnings. I am not saying their numbers aren't going to look good. I am more concerned with their guidance for next quarter based on this inevitable issue that's going to have to come to light. I hope you guys enjoyed this unique timing of the Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys here on the live trading broadcast.